Hi everybody, welcome. On the 28th of July, we've got a new moon in Leo at 5 degrees and 28 minutes. There is much to unpack at this time. We've got a lot of fire energy and a lot of fixed energy. Fire is inspirational, is creative, is passionate, is relentless, and the fixed energy is what it says. It's fixed. It doesn't want to change. It doesn't want to move. It wants to keep a status quo. So where to start has been my challenge with this video. So let's start with one of the more benign aspects, which is that the sun and moon are in Leo, the sign of love. If ever there was a time for love, for romance, for just bringing out your heart energy, Leo rules the heart. So anything to do with the heart that opens your heart, because Jupiter magnifies whatever it touches, and Jupiter magnifying the resonance and the power of love and the heart energy. This is inspirational, it's devotional, and it's got an energy of developing the brain. Aries is the brain, the head. Jupiter in Aries is a time where we must learn to be as independent as we possibly can. Yeah, do it yourself is the answer. Don't rely on anybody else. There's been a tendency to rely on the state, to rely on the government, to rely on others. But you've got so many resources and abilities inside you that you've not yet explored. And this energy is saying, explore, try a little thing that you thought you couldn't do. Give it a go. All right, if you end up not being able to do it and you have to get some help, and it's something very technical, all right, but try something easy. Yes, I managed to fix my toilet in this last week or so. I've fixed one of the taps. I mean, I never learned anything to do with plumbing, but I was determined to the best of my ability that I wasn't going to bother the landlord, and I didn't want to have, men tramping in with dirty shoes on my carpet. So I was motivated. So what can you do to bring out that independent streak in you? We've all got it natural. You know how it is with a child. Mummy, don't do it. Thank you very much. I do it. So that's this energy. And when you've done something yourself, you feel really good, don't you? Feel like, yeah, feel great. And when you feel great and you're putting out that energy into the field, other people pick up on that and are attracted and magnetized to that frequency. We are building up to this grand cross. It's exact the 31st of July, 1st of August, but we're already in the energies now, and it's certainly going to last until the middle of August. We've got this very rare triple conjunction of Uranus, Mars, and the North Node in Taurus. The last time this happened was at the time of Alexander the Great in around 324 BC. So we're talking about 2,500 years ago. So this is really a once in a lifetime event. And what happens around this time and what is triggered around this time is going to have powerful reverberations for many decades to come, potentially. So what does it mean? Okay, let's unpack it a little. Taurus is about the body. Uranus is about technology. And Mars and Uranus suggest that we may be getting an upgrade of our physical bodies. Something to do with the earth upgrading, the animals, the birds, the bees. I don't know about you, but to me, the bees sound louder, the crickets sound louder, the birds sound louder, the trees are brighter colors, the moon seems bigger, nature seems to be expanding itself, moving to something higher, stronger. And we too are along that resonance. So it suggests with the Uranus energy that there are beams coming from the sun, from other planets, from other species, peoples, whatever it is you choose to believe. And there is an opportunity for massive healings and energy frequency shifts. Technology is going to become very small with Pluto going into Aquarius from March of next year for a brief period. Technology is going to become more and more miniaturized. Yeah, we're going to find that certain surgeries, they're going to be able to do something, things with the tiniest, almost invisible chips, and introduce them into the body, or maybe just on the body or in the body's auric field. Yeah, there's tremendous progress here that will happen as a result of this energy here. And I think some of us are going to have to decide, well, how much do you want your biology to be mixed with technology? And whilst it can be wonderful on the one hand, and I think there are going to be some tremendous advances with people who've been paralyzed, people who can't see, hear, anything to do with the brain damage, I think we're going to have massive advances in these areas. And at the same time, what may be certain nefarious technologies that may be introduced. So it's a good time to begin to think about what will you accept? What would be all right with you? And what is definitely not okay? We're going to have to really work on finding out what's the truth, the square to Mercury, really using our brains, our intelligence as to what works and what's experimental. And do we want to be part of a big experiment? We probably are anyway, but I'm just putting the question out there, which is something that is posed by this grand triple conjunction. The other thing we're going to be dealing with is everything to do with survival. Food, water, housing, energy. Already you can see these are hot topics. They're going to get hotter. The Dutch farmers are rebelling right now. We've got revolutions happening in Sri Lanka. There's all sorts of things happening in Argentina, in Albania. I mean, all over now. But the subject is going to be food, food safety, food security, delivery of food, possible disruptions of the food chains. I mean, we're already seeing some of this. And we're going to be looking at massive shifts in how we produce food, the nutritious quality of food, and making sure that things are decentralized. Uranus energy is decentralizing everything that's been centralized. So big pharma, big agriculture, all of this, we're going to see a lot of polarity here between the small independent businesses and the big companies wanting to gobble them up. This suggests this is time for the people and the decentralization. Taurus also rules the economy, money, finance. We're living in a completely corrupt system. We've known it for many years, most of us. Fractional reserve banking, banks being able to just print money out of thin air, and they've still got the printing presses going. 1971, when Nixon took America off the gold standard. So the money's not backed by anything anymore and hasn't been. So eventually fiat, paper money, going to nothing. And I think we're going to move with the Taurus energy to asset-backed currencies, once again, things that are tangible and backed by something and not just fresh air somewhere. It's a big subject. I've talked about it on other videos, but I'm saying that what this will lead to, I feel, is blockchain technologies that have integrity and that are for the betterment of all people. Anything that goes in this narrow chain of vertical energies, I don't think it's going to survive. So there could be food riots, and also everything to do with energy. Prices of energy skyrocketing, prices of food skyrocketing. We're seeing that. So we, the people, are going to need to create new systems for our survival. But Taurus likes a bargain. So you can expect to see free energy, free internet, free things coming online, or very, very inexpensive. This has to be the way of the future. So things are getting chaotic right now. Welcome the chaos, because it brings for us an opportunity for massive change. So there's a lot there. And what's great about the Taurian energy, because that's where the most focus is it's strong, it's resilient, and it doesn't give up. Yeah, think about that bull. Yeah, it's you're building strength. So whatever challenges you're going through, just say to yourself, I'm building reserves, I'm building strength. And do build up reserves. I've said this for a long time, have at least 3 to 6 months of reserves, even if it's packets of rice and oats, which is pretty much what I have, and so a water purifier, and just connect with community, with people around you to the best of your ability. You've got a family here online that you can connect with. There may be disruptions to the internet, but I don't think they're going to be very long-lived. So it kind of looks as though it's in and out type of energy rather than months and months of not being able to be connected. Because we want to be connected now. This is a time of connection. It's a time of working with the unified field of Earth, of energy. Scientists are going more into that. I'll be interviewing people in that field so we can go more into that subject. Mercury is trying to chiral. This is an opportunity for bringing healing in our words, in the way that we communicate with one another, and a willingness to see other perspectives. Not easy, I know, but there is always another perspective. Can we respect one another's perspective, even if we don't agree with it? That's going to be something that is coming up. So I guess one of the best messages I can say comes from Thomas Edison, because this really, to me, describes the energy of Taurus. And he says this: when you have exhausted all the possibilities, remember this: you haven't. That sums it up. If you feel you're at the end of your tether right now, or close to, or that comes up, say to yourself, I'm digging my heels in. I'm that stubborn bull. This is going to make me stronger. I'm not going to give up. Goodness knows we had a lot of challenges during these last 2 and a bit years with COVID. Many of us have had to stand up for our beliefs, our rights, our ideas. And we're going to have to continue doing that, especially in these fields of money, finance, food, energy. These are the big areas coming up. So there you have it. Remember that this is about generosity, opening your heart. Don't allow these bumps and lumps around to close you up. No, say to yourself with that Leo shining energy, I will continue to shine my light, and I'll be around people who fan my flames. And I hope that I'm fanning your flames here for this amazing time upon planet Earth. I wish you a wonderful new moon in Leo. Bye for now.